Alright, what is up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris, and today, this was not the video that I wanted to make this afternoon, because now tonight's Flyers game against Washington is pretty much postponed. It's not official by the league, but it's reported by many people. Darren Dreger, Frank Saravalli, Jordan Hall, Charlie O'Connor, and I can go on and on with a handful of other people, but it first came out this morning from Darren Dreger around an hour ago. Tweeted ongoing COVID-related issue with the Flyers. More information expected to surface following medical meetings this morning. And then he a little bit later he quote tweeted a tweet from Steven Wino, which reads: Flyers defenseman Travis Sanheim was added to NHL COVID protocol list Sunday. So far, he's the only Philadelphia player on the list. Flyers scheduled to play Capitals at 6, and then Darren Dreger, he quote tweeted that and said one additional positive test late last night. So I'm assuming that it looks like another player has tested positive for COVID for the Flyers. So Sanheim and somebody else, we don't know who yet. And then he quote tweeted that a couple minutes later and said tonight's game likely postponed. So again, it's essentially come out from a bunch of people, and then Frank Saravalli came out and can confirm that tonight's game will be postponed. They're just waiting on the announcement from the league and all that stuff. So what this pretty much means is that obviously we saw that Sanheim was put as undisclosed injury, illness, whatever, day-to-day, something from the Flyers. They didn't say he was on the COVID protocol. That came out after the game. And this is a tweet here from the NHL Public Relations at 5:17 p.m. On February 7th, so a couple hours after the Flyers game against Washington on Sunday. As a result of a Philadelphia Flyers player ending the league's COVID protocol earlier today, a decision was made by the NHL's and NHLPA's, medical experts to have all Flyers players, coaches, and staff receive POC tests in advance of this afternoon's game versus the Washington Capitals. And this is what, Elliott and Konechny were talking about when they had to wake up early and get tested. After all tests returned negative, the league's NHLPA's, and clubs' medical groups determined that it was appropriate to play the game. So as we saw Sanheim, his report, and that all that stuff, that came out a little bit before the game. It was probably like 11:30, 11:45. It was tweeted by the Flyers, and then it was tweeted by Sam Carchidi. I saw that on Twitter. So that was tweeted. And then if the Flyers woke up that early, played, they got tested, and then played the game, and everybody was fine, then if they knew about Sanheim, then why did they still play? I don't really understand that. Who knows? But if they said it was okay and they thought it was appropriate, obviously it didn't help, because now you have more of an issue. So, the Flyers last played New Jersey, which is the one team from the Flyers division, the East Division, that is having the biggest issue with this. They played them on the 26th and 28th of January. We saw that Zajac tested positive after, had a feeling that the Flyers game against the Islanders on the 30th could have got postponed. It didn't. So then they played 3 more games. They played the Islanders twice, that Saturday, Sunday, the home and home. And then they played, or home and home, the back-to-back, and then they played Boston on Wednesday and Friday, the 3rd and the 5th of February. And then Sanheim played in those 4 games and then missed Sunday. So this could have either come from maybe New Jersey, because, again, it does take a while to get symptoms. We don't really know, because, again, from the 28th to the 7th, that's like 10 days right there. So who really knows? It could have come from the Islanders. It could have come from Boston. We saw that the Islanders-Sabres game was postponed. Buffalo's going through it too. There's a bunch of stuff. And we saw yesterday that already that the Flyers, 2 games against New Jersey were already postponed for Thursday and Saturday. So we already knew going into this the Flyers were supposed to play tonight against the Capitals. That game is pretty much postponed. But what we knew yesterday was they were supposed to play tomorrow. They didn't have games Thursday, Saturday, and they had a game Sunday, which was pushed up because they were supposed to play the 16th, and it was pushed up to the 14th on Valentine's Day. So this is from yesterday. National Hockey League announced today that 2 additional Buffalo Sabres games, February 11th and 13th versus Washington, 3 more New Jersey Devils contests, February 11th and 13th against the Flyers, and February 15th against Boston, and 2 additional Minnesota Wild games, February 11th and St. Louis, or February 11th and 13th against St. Louis and Los Angeles, have been postponed as a result of the NHL's COVID protocols. Decision on the 3 teams' resumption of practice and game play will be made by the leagues, NHLPA's, and clubs' medical groups in the coming days. And this was tweeted yesterday at 4:01 p.m. on February 8th. So, again, there's a bunch of stuff going on right now. This affects a lot for the Flyers because it's like, okay, you're not going to be playing a game for pretty much a week, is what it looks like, unless this Sunday game gets played against the Rangers on the 14th at 6. Then they would play Thursday, February 18th at 7, and then the outdoor game is Sunday, February 21st at 3 o'clock. Those are the next 4 games, or 3 games after today's game, excuse me. So, again, tonight being postponed, I mean, who really knows what happens? If anything, the NHL might have to be more strict with these rules. We already saw that they did some stuff where they took out the glass for the airflow. All the team meetings are virtual. A couple other things too. So who really knows what's going to happen? So now it pretty much looks like that there's 2 players for the Flyers, Sanheim and somebody else. And there's a bunch of stuff. So tonight's game against Washington is postponed. I guess we'll have to wait and see some more information on that. But again, let me know if you guys have any questions. Try to figure out some stuff as best as possible because we really don't know right now. But we pretty much do know that tonight's game is postponed and another Flyers player has tested positive for COVID. It could be coach, could be player, whatever. But again, somebody in the organization along with Sanheim. So there was one more positive test along with Sanheim that came. So again, a lot of things now, crazy stuff going on. Again, maybe the NHL adds more weeks to the end of the season to put some of these games in. Who really knows? But again, guys, remember, podcast articles, those links are on my channel. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'll see you guys in the next one, and goodbye.